as far as what's happening with the violence in Chicago and cities just like it, for me, it's extremely sad. The old juice wouldn't show any emotion, but I'm almost moved to tears in thinking about lives lost and potential within those lives lost and the generational effect it's gonna end up having. If someone asked me how to tackle it, well, the first thing that I would say is, let's not focus on the kids that have the guns. Let's focus on the manufacturers. Let's focus on the shipping containers. Let's focus on the people at the docks. Let's focus on customs. Let's focus on the people who allow the guns to get to the people who can even use them. Because if the people want to control you, they can. You see what happened with the vaccine. The whole world has it. If they want it, it can happen. So the people who are in control have to want there to be peace and harmony. The people in the streets have nothing to do with it. I'm gonna shoot whoever I'm gonna shoot because I don't know who my tribe is in Africa, bruh, and you look like me, bruh, and I don't love me, so I hate you automatically, bruh. So that's what we got when we say good morning to each other. All that heavy ass shit is there. I was leaving my hotel room, I was like, good morning. Dude was like, man, good morning. It's like, what the fuck? You trying to make me like you or something, bro? I hate me. I don't like me. I'm not gonna like you. So we have to focus on that. People always say it sounds so cliche when you talk about education, and if you don't, I have a song where I say if two people start with exactly the same chances, that's how your brain enhances, how the game advances. Your brain can gain if it's trained for the answers, but things can't change if you a slave to the master. You must give the same opportunity to all, or cities will collapse, communities will fall. It makes no difference whether you and me can ball, so you can look the other way and act like you don't see it all. You feel me? This is what I'm rapping like these days, right? You have to allow people the opportunity. I understand that certain people have a desired position and they're on pedestals and it is threatening, but the diversity helps everyone, especially if you sign it. If you administrate the diversity, you're benefiting from it too. But we can't have it where you have a bunch of dumb people and a bunch of free drugs and a bunch of guns in one place with no supermarkets and no minerals, eating on fruit with no seeds, thinking they're getting nourished. And you wonder why they shooting each other down? So it's a major overhaul, but the gun part of it, the violence part of it, it's nutrition and it's restriction. You up the nutrition, people won't make dumbass decisions. Won't nobody flip their car on Lakeshore Drive when they're nourished. They'll have the ability to cognate. They'll have the ability to understand what the consequences are. They'll think long term. The nutrition's horrible, and I'm happy it's horrible because I'm coming to get some sharks and some heralds while I'm here. But that's not my everyday. I don't look like the old juice. I don't eat that shit. I'm trying to make better decisions. I'm trying to be more clear. That's what we need. We don't deal with our mental health. We don't meditate. We think yoga's some bitch shit. I'm gonna put on this mat with these tight ass pants and no socks, right? That's the fuck you telling me? I'm gonna do that? All right, man. Nah, I'm cool, bro. I just go over here and be upset. We need all that. But we really need to focus on how the guns are getting here. I got a song called Sound of the Gun, and everybody should look for it. It's MC Juice, Sound of the Gun. And it talks about how that really happens. None of those guns are made here. The Beretta from China, the Udi from Italy. I come from Chicago, so how the fuck I get it, G? Like, to me, that's how you're gonna change it. But if nobody wants to address that because the guns is big business, it's gonna keep happening, and then the outlets are gonna keep thinking it's me and you. It's me and y'all doing it. But what if we didn't have it? What if we didn't have a weapon? Well, they can make it where we don't have a weapon. Because they make it where you can't go to a Britney Spears concert without a shot. Right? So why you can't take the weapons away? It's just how they choose to execute the power. So that breaks my heart in all aspects. I love, and it's primarily black, I love all people, but other people aren't suffering as much from the disaster of it. But I hate to see my people lose potential and die early and don't achieve anything. But I honestly feel like one of the reasons I wanted to get into music is to make enough money to be able to help effectuate that change myself. I don't want to sound similar to any other interview, but this is what I'm on. I can't be this talented and not be a public figure. all that I never wanted to be famous shit, it's not gonna work. I'm gonna have to be famous to make this happen. And then I'm gonna be able to help. So honestly, that's what I'm doing it for, to be honest. That's real. Where do I see things going in America? If someone said to me, where do you see things going in America? I see it turning more into a country of division and less of a country of inclusion. People always tell me they're black people and black, but it's really not that. I mean, obviously there's black shit, like if you get pulled over from the police, but it's really classism. It's like if you live in a trailer park and you watch Maury, they not fucking with you either. So you might as well be on everybody else's side who doesn't have anything. They're trying to separate people over issues that don't matter. They don't matter. It doesn't matter who the hell's president. It hasn't changed my finances either time. I mean, I've had times where, a couple 100,000 better this time, but it hasn't changed my life, no matter who's president. When the flu was bad, it didn't change my life that everybody was sick. It's not changing my life. So I don't see why everybody is so divided over it. And specifically for me, I feel like none of us are scientists. And unless that's your field, it's tough to talk about health issues if you're not really informed, because you still getting your information from the same media sources I am. If you're not a scientist. If you're not a scientist, what the fuck are you talking about to me? And what am I talking about to you? I have nothing to say to you. I got nothing to say. I don't ask you if you have herpes. You might. You very well might have herpes. But I don't talk about it. It's your health information. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I can't tell you what to do about it. So I just don't like that division. But I'm built for the mission. But I don't want to be separate from people. I don't got no problem with Republicans or Democrats or whatever you call them. I like everybody. I didn't even know people were white until somebody called me Mexican when I was 10. I was crying to my mother. She was like, "What's wrong?" I'm like, "They told me I'm Mexican. What is that?" She's like, "Oh no, your friend's Mexican." I didn't even see people like that. In order to see people like that, somebody has to teach you that shit. Everybody, it's all love. If we they have the world tuned to a frequency of disaccord. The commercials are louder than the show you're watching. What the fuck? You always muting the what the fuck? It's a frequency. The music, you're like, God, that fucking auto-tune. It's a frequency of disaccord. Now, that's not a bad frequency, right? But you don't have the frequency of love to be its counterpart. We don't understand that these frequencies are mathematic. 7.83 hertz cures everything. 111 is the life frequency. Anything below that, you can get into a car accident, break your arm. There's a frequency for that. There's a frequency for hate, distrust, and all that. We're tuned to that. We have to be able to be tuned to the love frequency as well. And when people can't access it, you get anarchy. That's what's happening right now.